Because of a recent Tucker Carlson interview, a lot of people are talking about World War II. But a vital thing missing from this conversation is the cause of World War II. So why exactly did Germany go to war? Well, I encounter a lot of socialists who say war is caused by capitalism and the Germans were a bunch of capitalists. Is that really true? Absolutely not. Historian Rainer Ziedelman, in his book, Hitler's National Socialism, points out that Hitler was an anti-capitalist who believed that capitalism had run its course. And he didn't say this in some sort of propaganda speech, he said it straight to Mussolini. In private conversations with his closest confidants, he made it clear that he wanted a planned economy. He also said that as far as the planning of the economy is concerned, we are still very much at the beginning. So he was going to go even further, especially after the war. Even after the war, we would not be able to renounce state control of the economy. This shows that the state planning was not just for war production. Further evidence that he wasn't a capitalist is his great admiration for Joseph Stalin. One has to have unqualified respect for Stalin. The guy is quite a genius. And he also complimented his economic planning on several occasions. In 1942, he said, if Stalin had continued to work for another 10 to 15 years, Soviet Russia might have become the most powerful nation on earth. He said the people did not suffer from hunger. He complimented their factory building. He even said at one point that they didn't have unemployment. He admired Stalin's leadership and his revolutionary consistency. But that begs the question, why did he attack Stalin? Or why did he attack Stalin's nation? Well, it's because of something called the shrinking markets theory, a theory that was upheld by many Marxists, including Rosa Luxemburg and Nikolai Bukharin. Basically, what he believed is that businesses in Germany made the nation way too reliant on exports. And if it was so reliant on exports, then those agrarian economies that they were exporting to would eventually industrialize and no longer need those exports. So their export market would shrink and shrink and shrink. And if they depend on that market, they're in big trouble. So what he believed they had to do was get out of this trap. The natural conclusion to get out of this trap is to have an autarky, to no longer trade with these other nations. But Germany was not in the position to be an autarky. They did not have the resources for that. So what they had to do if they wanted to have a successful society was to conquer a new living space in the East. That way they'd have all the resources they'd ever need. So basically, he went to war because he wanted to conquer the East, and he wanted to conquer the East because of flawed economic theory.